Patricia should be here momentarily.
All right, I saw that Patricia was supposed to be here. Okay.
Yeah. She called me, she said she was running late.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I have checked the courtroom, none of currently assigned public defender clients are present. These are all first individuals.
Okay, very good, thank you. All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Judge Blake Adams. You're here for arraignment. When we call your name, you will be advised of the charge or charges pending against you, and you will enter a plea. When you enter a plea, you have three options: not guilty, guilty, or no contest. If there is an offer made by the state to resolve your case, then you will enter a plea of guilty or no contest. That is, if you wish to accept that plea offer. No contest means you are not admitting guilt, but you are entering a plea because you believe it is in your best interest. Because you are charged with a criminal offense, you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, then I will appoint one to represent you. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say today is being recorded and may be used against you. All right, we have Ms. Bonilla from the state. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
We have Ms. Armpriester from the Public Defender's Office. Good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
We do have people on Zoom. For those of you on Zoom, please hang tight. Please keep your microphone on mute. I'm going to call on the people that are in the courtroom first, and then I'll come to those in Zoom. Yeah.
Sorry, Your Honor. I didn't think I was going to. They don't do the talking to the people beforehand like they used to.
No.
I haven't done this in a while.
I understand.
No.
Is everyone sworn?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Sorry, Your Honor. Hopefully I didn't break it. I'm not a French interpreter.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Jorge Luis Camejo.
All right, this is case number 19 CT 1485. Nineteen CT 1485. Mineo, do you want to announce the charges?
Mr. Camacho, you've been charged with count 1, driving while license suspended, which is the second degree misdemeanor. And you've also been charged with count 2 of driving and failing to verify DHS of a change of address, which is the second degree misdemeanor.
Sir, did you get your driver's license reinstated?
No, yo estuve en 2019, toda semana aquí que iba a trabajar, y cuando fui a la licencia para informar el examen de dirección, ahí fue a informar que estaba suspendido en Miami.
No, I was just here one time in 2019. I was here for a week to work, and then when I went to the license office, that's when I was informed that I needed a license. I'm sorry, that's when I was informed that the address was not the correct address.
All right. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Okay?
Okay, yes?
All right.
Yes.
Do you wish to proceed without an attorney? Do you plan on hiring an attorney or do you need me to appoint one to represent you?
No, señor.
No, without an attorney.
All right. Do you intend on reinstating your driver's license?
Sí tengo la intención, pero cuando me pasó esto fui a Miami y me estaban siguiendo que fuera 24 veces a un programa. Cuando yo
Yes, that's my intention, but when I went to Miami, they told me that I had to go to a program 24 times.
Entonces, mi licencia fue suspendida en el 2008.
So my license was suspended in 2008.
Entonces yo me fui para Nebraska a vivir y el señor Güey me pasó todo el caso para allá.
So I went to Nebraska, I moved to Nebraska to live, and the judge transferred the case over there.
Y cuando regreso a Miami me dan la licencia de aquí y no sé por qué me la volvieron a suspender.
And then when I came back to Miami, they gave me the license from here, and I don't know why it was suspended.
Is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Judge. The state's offer at this time for count 1, driving while license suspended, to the adjudication of guilt, $200 fine, court costs and cost of prosecution. For count 2, adjudication of guilt, time served, court costs and cost of prosecution. Both to run concurrent.
Mr. Camejo, I'm looking at your driver's license record. I'm going to strike that. All right, Mr. Camejo, how would you like to proceed?
Yo quisiera pagar lo que tengo que pagar y sacar el caso que es negro.
No, I would like to pay what I need to pay and close the case that I have left in Naples.
All right, we're going to give you a plea form to read, as well as a waiver of counsel form. Can you read Spanish?
Sí.
Yes.
All right, we're going to give you these forms to read, and then we're going to recall you back up, okay? Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Laura Trejo.
What was the last name again?
Trejo.
Thank you.
E-R-E.
All right, this is case number 21CT54.
Good morning, Ms. Trejo. You've been charged with driving without a valid driver's license,
Es una licencia válida.
which is a second degree misdemeanor.
Es un delito menor de segundo grado.
Ma'am, can you tell us how to spell your first name?
Señora, por favor, no puede deletrear su nombre. Laurel. They wrote it erroneously here. It says Lara.
So it's Laura.
Laura.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Trejo, are you able to obtain a driver's license?
I'm in process right now. I only have to pay $3,000 in immigration. My husband is sponsoring me.
All right. Are you requesting that you have some time so that you can obtain a driver's license?
Well, the thing is, I don't know if I'm going to be having this money available soon to be able to pay for all that.
All right. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes, I understand.
Do you wish to proceed without an attorney? Do you intend to hire an attorney, or do you need me to appoint one to represent you?
I want to proceed without an attorney because I'm paying for the immigration attorney and I have no money.
All right. Did you inform your immigration attorney of this offense?
Yes, I have an appointment next week with him.
Do you need to speak with him before you resolve this case?
Well, I would like to resolve it already because this is really making me very nervous.
Okay. Is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Your Honor, there is an offer to resolve your case. Mr. Trejo, the state's offer at this time is diversion. If you do not elect to take diversion, the alternative offer is a withholding of education, $150 fine, and court costs and cost of prosecution. But should you obtain your driver's license, the offer can improve.
So, yes, I accept the offer to pay.
Okay. You want to accept the withhold of adjudication, $150 fine, and court costs?
Yes, can I have a payment plan for that?
Yes, you can work out a payment plan with the clerk.
Okay.
All right. Can you read Spanish?
Yes.
All right. We're going to give you a plea form as well as a waiver of counsel form to read, and then we're going to call you back up. What was the last name?
Escamilla.
So with an E?
Empieza con E. It starts with I. INS.
Do you have any paperwork with you?
Yes, I have something for that.
Who's underneath us? Nicholas. Misdemeanor. 21 CT4.
All right, 21 CT40. Will you tell me your first name?
I'm here, Judge. Your Honor.
For those of you on Zoom, can you keep your microphones muted, please? Thank you.
You've been charged with driving without a valid license, which is a second-degree misdemeanor.
All right, ma'am, do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes.
All right, can you get a driver's license?
I would like to have a license.
Are you able to obtain one?
I don't know.
Is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Judge. The state's offer at this time is diversion. If you choose not to accept diversion, the state is willing to offer a withholding adjudication, $100 fine, and court costs and costs of prosecution.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, what would you like to do today?
Pay the fine.
Okay, can you read Spanish? All right, we're going to give you a plea form as well as a waiver of counsel form to read, and then we're going to call you back up. Good morning, will you tell me your name? Last name again? Thank you. All right, this is case number 21 CT132.
Ms. Rob, you've been charged with leaving the scene of the crash, which is a second-degree misdemeanor.
All right, ma'am, do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you? Do you intend to proceed without an attorney, hire an attorney, or do you need one appointed? All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. This is Ms. Armpriester. She's an attorney with the public defender's office.
Judge, at this time, if we could please enter it, please not guilty and have this step to the next appropriate court date. And I didn't catch this lady's last name, but she would need to go across the hall to customer service and fill out an application.
Right.
March 8th at 9 o'clock.
All right, your next court date's March 8th at 9 o'clock. Before you leave the courthouse today, I need you to go across the hall where it says customer service. Tell them you need to apply for the public defender, complete that form, and stay in contact with the public defender's office before your next court date, okay? All right, thank you, ma'am. We're gonna have you step over here and give you your notice. Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Luis, Luis Versace, P-A-S-A-C-H.
Very good, thank you. Versace with a P. 20 CT 2385.
Mr. Versace, you've been charged with driving without a valid license, which is a second-degree.
Sir, are you able to obtain a license?
Judge, I've already tried 3 different times at DMV. The only requirement that I don't have is a physical social security card. I do have a social security number because I come here every year with an internship program and a genuine visa to work, but they never gave me a physical social security card since it's just a temporary one and it gets activated every time I come here. So that's the only reason why they don't let me get one.
Okay. Have you checked with the Social Security Administration office to see if they'll give you a physical one?
They will give me a paper but not a physical card. I already saw the card. It's just like a card. I'm not gonna be able to get it.
Okay.
They need to see the physical card.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, is there an offer to resolve this case?
Yes, Judge. The state's offer at this time, Mr. Pistachi, is a withholding of adjudication, $150 fine, and court costs and cost of prosecution.
Mr. Pistachi, you understand you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Do you wish to proceed without an attorney, hire an attorney, or do you need one appointed?
I'd like to proceed without an attorney.
All right. Do you wish to accept the state's offer today?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're going to give you a plea form and a waiver of counsel form to read, and then we'll call you back up, okay? Very good. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Will you tell me your name? What was the last name again? All right, this is case number 21MM39. Mr. DePiano, do you need an interpreter?
Yes.
Do you speak, what do you speak?
It's Italian.
Italian, okay.
Evidently in the hall, it's fluent in Italian. I don't know if you get up here.
Do you, is this Ms. DePiano?
Yes.
Yes, come on up.
No, it's really better.
What?
Her English.
Ms. DePiano, do you speak English and Italian?
Yes,
Do you mind interpreting for us today?
I'm sorry.
Do you mind interpreting for us today? Okay. All right, sir, you've been charged with petty theft. That's a first-degree misdemeanor.
Yeah.
All right,
I understand that.
okay. And you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
No,
You do not want an attorney?
I don't need it. I don't feel to go guilty.
He doesn't really need it because he doesn't feel well.
Are you entering a plea of not guilty? All right.
March 4th, 9 o'clock.
All right, your next court date is March 4th at 9 o'clock. Well, you've entered a plea of not guilty, so, you know.
There's no chance to have one happen.
No, that would be for a trial. So, Mr. DePiano, this is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. So you may want to seek the advice of an attorney.
I need a talk.
No, caso che serve un avvocato, se no hanno in giro.
What? I don't make no mistake. This is
Lui
wrong.
non si sente che è stato colpevole per quello che ha fatto, perché, oh, I'm sorry, no. He doesn't feel guilty, but he did it because he has court.
Okay, well, don't talk about the facts of your case because everything's being recorded and can be used against you. So today's not the day to talk about the case. Today's just to inform you of the charges and that you have the right to an attorney. The next court date will be a pre-trial conference. And then if you wish to proceed to a trial, then we'll set it for trial.
And can I ask a question?
Yes.
What about if he says feel guilty? I mean, you know, he doesn't feel guilty, but he wants to close this thing because it's kind of bad.
Well,
I mean,
is there an offer to resolve the case?
Yes, Judge, there is an offer on behalf of the state.
Go ahead.
The offer is adjudication of guilt, $150 fine, 6 months probation, ACF misdemeanor non-false class, No trespass at Walmart, located on 5420 Juliet Boulevard, Naples, Florida. Court costs and cost of prosecution.
Not at least for the rental.
I'll say it one more time. The adjudication of guilt, $150 fine.
Okay, we pay the fine.
Yeah, the offer is probation. 6 months of probation is what the offer was.
The offer was 6 months probation.
Right. So it sounds like you may want to seek the advice of an attorney. So we're going to go ahead and give you your next court date. What was that again?
That was March 4th at 9 o'clock.
March 4th at 9 o'clock. So that'll give you some time to maybe talk to an attorney about what you should do. Okay? All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Good morning, this morning, Diego Gomez.
Tell me your last name again.
Gomez.
Thank you. All right, this is case number 19 CT 2070. Sorry?
This is a VIP case that had assigned to arraignment.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's there for,
Give me a moment here.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
I believe he is here because a bench warrant was issued, and off of that, I think they clerk made a mistake and they put him on for this arraignment rather than a BOP arraignment.
That's fine. We'll go ahead and handle it now. Sir, you're here on a violation of probation for not paying the monthly probation fee, failing to pay fines and costs, failing to serve 15 days in the weekend work program. Do you wish to enter a denial at this time and get another court date, or do you want to try to resolve it today?
Well, I know I completed on the community service hours, but I also did time. So.
Do you understand?
Can I get another, like, court date?
Okay. Do you understand?
Try to pay for the fine.
Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to proceed without an attorney, hire an attorney, or do you need one appointed?
I'd like to proceed with no attorney.
Okay. All right, so we'll enter a denial. What's the next court date?
it will be March 9th.
March 9th at 10 o'clock. We'll give you a notice for that, okay? All right, thank you, sir. For status, yes. Good morning, will you tell me your name?
Antonio Martinez.
Thank you. Case number 21 CT 113.
Mr. Martinez, you've been charged with driving without registration to your vehicle, which is a 7-degree misdemeanor.
Did you get your registration fixed?
Yeah.
Do you have a copy of it with you? Can you hand that to the bailiff?
I was just transporting moving the van, whichever one was given to them. There's two of them, I guess there's one that was given to them, and I guess that might not have been the correct one.
Okay,
And I have the correct one that's given.
all right, very good.
Judge, the state will let you announce it.
All right, very good. All right, thank you, Mr. Martinez, for bringing that paperwork in. The state has dropped the charges against you, and you're free to go.
Appreciate you. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. You too. Good morning. Will you tell me your name? Last name? Thank you. All right, case number 21 CT29.
Mr. Khan, you've been charged with willful warrants on reckless driving, which is a 7-degree misdemeanor.
All right, sir, you understand you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need one appointed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you entering a plea of not guilty, or do you want to hear what the state's offer is to resolve your case? All right.
Mr. Khan, the state's offer at this time is a withholding of adjudication, 6-month probation, where you may early turn upon completion of the 12-hour driving improvement course, court cost, and cost of prosecution.
What do you think, Mr. Font?
What would you got on probation?
What do you mean?
Like, what do I need to do?
You'd have to check in with them. You live here in Collier County?
3 times.
Any objection to mail-in probation?
No objection.
So we would allow mail-in probation. You'd have to complete the 12-hour driver improvement school. You can do that online and then pay the court costs and costs of prosecution. There would also be supervision fees, $75 a month to county probation. Sounds like if you got the driver improvement school completed and the court costs paid, then your probation would automatically terminate.
Would license points be applied?
No, because there's a withhold of adjudication. All right, you'll have to check in with probation today. Do you understand that? All right, and you still want to take the offer? All right, we'll give you a plea form and a waiver of counsel form to read, and then we'll call you back up. Okay? This is not a wet reckless, is it?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good morning, will you tell me your name?
John Daniel Wilson, Eckert, sir.
Thank you. All right, this is case number 21CT121.
Mr. Eckert, you've been charged with driving with attached tag, registration not assigned, or license plate not assigned, which is a second-degree misdemeanor.
Did you get that fixed?
I haven't been able to. I'm still waiting on the title from New Jersey DMV for that vehicle.
Okay.
But the vehicle I do have now is all legal.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, if he gets that fixed, what's the state going to do?
The officer can improve, Your Honor.
Okay. You want some time to get that fixed?
I can't say when they will send it out. Like I said, they're on lockdown because of COVID-19. And I've been waiting 3 months now already. I don't want to take up any of the court's time waiting and pushing court dates back.
All right. What's the offer to resolve this case?
An offer at this time, Your Honor, is an adjudication of guilt, which is a fatal crime, or cost of prosecution.
I'm okay with that, Your Honor.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll give you a, wait a minute. What was it? Adjudication?
Adjudication of guilt, which is a fatal crime, court costs and cost of prosecution.
Okay. Is it Wilson Eckert?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Wilson Eckert, we're going to have you read a plea form and a waiver of counsel form. Did I discuss your right to an attorney? You understand you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I'd appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
And you want to proceed without one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We'll give you a plea form and a waiver of counsel form, and we'll call you back up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Your Honor, my name is Felix.
Thank you. This is case number 21CT19.
Mr. Felix, you've been charged with racing on highways, which is a second-degree misdemeanor.
All right, sir, you understand you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need one appointed? Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need one appointed? Okay. Do you want to hear what the offer is from the state to resolve your case? All right, Ms. Bonilla.
Mr. Felix, the state's offer at this time is diversion. Should you not accept that offer, the state is willing to amend to one-time willful reckless driving, which is another second-degree misdemeanor. The state's offer then would be a withhold of an adjudication, $250 fine, court cost of prosecution.
Isn't he currently charged with a first-degree misdemeanor?
Yes, Judge, but at the time when the ASA was doing this plea offer, if he chose not to accept diversion, that we are then charged to a one-time willful reckless driving to avoid the mandatory 1 year driver's license.
Ah, I see. So,
Diversion is a program in which, for people who do not have criminal history, such as yourself, you do not have criminal history, should you complete certain requirements of the probation department, the state is willing to drop charges.
you want to do the diversion program?
That is something not-
Because the charge would be dropped, you would not receive any points on your license.
If you go into diversion, I don't think you'll have to pay a court fee, but I do believe there is a fee to pay to the probation department for entering into diversion. That depends on what the probation department tells you to do in order to complete the program.
All right, so you want to enter a plea of not guilty so that you can find out more about diversion? All right. When will his?
11?
All right, so your next court date is March 11th at 9 o'clock. Ms. Bonilla, I don't see that a diversion form has been sent to probation.
Judge, I do have it in my records that one was sent, but I can send a request now so that it can be by this afternoon.
Okay,
Or this morning.
all right, if you can send that like right now.
I can send a request to our secretary and she'll handle it right away to send a message.
Okay, all right. Mr. Felix, what I want you to do before you leave the courthouse is go right over here where it says, outside, not in the courtroom, outside of the courtroom, past the vending machines where it says county probation. Tell them that you've been offered diversion and you need to make an appointment to sign up for that, okay? Or get more information about it, okay? All right, we're gonna give you a notice for your next court date. Yes.
For the next court date, is it gonna be something like this or is it not?
It'll be similar to this, okay? But if you sign up for diversion before that court date, then you won't have to come to that court date, okay? All right. Thank you, sir.
Carlos Pinero. Pinero.
What's the last name again?
Pinero.
So D? P, thank you. All right, this is case number 21 CT 21.
Mr. Pinero, you've been charged with driving without a valid license. With a second degree misdemeanor.
All right, are you able to obtain a license?
I have the papers here for drug and alcohol.
Y también tengo aquí un papel mío porque
And I also have a paper here from DMV because I was trying to get a license.
All right, what's the paperwork for DMV say?
¿Qué dice el papel de
Dice, está mostrando el papel como que yo he ido y no pasó por eso, pero he estado viendo.
It shows that I have been going there and I didn't pass the test, but I have been going there.
All right, so you still need to take the test?
O sea, usted todavía tiene que hacer el examen.
Sí, estoy.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, what's the state going to do if he gets his license?
Judge, Mr. Pinero, should you obtain your driver's license, the state is willing to no cross your case. Okay?
All right, so if you get your driver's license, the state's going to drop the case against you. Would you like some more time in order to get your driver's license?
Yes.
All right, we'll enter a plea of not guilty.
March 4th at 9 o'clock.
Your next court date will be March 1st at 9 o'clock. Do you think you can get your driver's license by then?
Yes.
Okay, all right, try to get your license by then, okay, sir?
And do I get a paper for my?
Yes, you'll get a paper for your next court date. Thank you. All right, 20 CT 972 with Ms. Armpriester.
Good morning, Judge. If we could please enter a plea of not guilty.
Yes, 2 cases.
Yes, one with the.
Also 21 MM18.
Judge, are they both assigned to you?
I don't know, let's see.
Yes, Judge. They are both assigned.
Okay.
And Judge, I only see that Ms. Woodley is appointed on the CT. If we could, I'm not sure if that's an error or if Mr. Amador needs to go reapply on the misdemeanor.
All right, Mr. Amador, do you want the public defender on the other case also?
I asked for a public defender and they said they were going to get with me. They never got with me. I
Okay.
did get my driver's license.
You did get your driver's license?
I did get my driver's
Do you have that with you?
Yes.
Can you show that to the bailiff? All right, thank you. And then in the other case, 21 MM18, Mr. Amador, you've been charged with possession of paraphernalia, drug paraphernalia. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you want me to appoint the public defender on that case?
I want to appoint a public defender because.
Well, don't talk about the facts, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't talk about the facts of your case. It's just a yes or no question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. This is Ms. Armpriester. She's an attorney with the public defender's office.
Yes, Judge, standing in for Ms. Woodley, if we could enter a plea of not guilty on that case and set for the next pretrial conference, and Mr. Amador could have impressed upon him going to apply.
Okay,
Judge, Mr. Amador has obtained a valid license at this time. The state license is no process.
all right, and that was the no pros in case number 20 CT 972.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so the state dropped the driving while license suspended charge since you got your license reinstated, so thank you for doing that. When's his next court date on the other case?
It will be March 1st at 9 o'clock.
March 1st at 9 o'clock. But
March 1st at 9 o'clock.
Yep, we'll give you a paper.
Okay, and then March 1st will be the day that I'll be saying that I'm guilty.
Well, no, that's what this is.
I said you were not guilty today, and then you're gonna go apply for my office, and then we'll fight the paraphernalia charge on its own track, the DWL lessons over today.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah, I don't wanna talk about it right now.
Sorry.
All right, so what I want you to do before you leave the courthouse, go across the hall, tell them you need to apply for the public defender for the paraphernalia case, and then make sure to stay in contact with their office before the next court date, okay? All right, thank you, Mr. Amador.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good day. Before we take, please, I want to take care of the Zoom people.
There's like 3 things going on once here. This lady was right. It's out of state. She was turned away. But I got a court. So that's when you were going to come up there.
Okay.
There's like,
All right. Sir, can you tell me your name? All right, this is case number 21 CT52.
Mr. Jimenez, you've been charged with traveling second-degree misdemeanor.
Did you get that registration fixed?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I got it. Wait, it was hard to get it registered because it was a barbecue pit. So it was,
Like
I had just purchased it and I had a bill of sale, showed the state trooper.
one of those that's on a
Yeah,
trailer?
he told me he was gonna be here to help me out in the situation because he said, he found it, that it wasn't right for what was going on because I mean, but under the circumstances, he came 4 days after that happened and he told me I had to come to court. He was sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if he's here or not.
He's not.
Judge, the state will let you know no process.
All right, well, thank you for your efforts and getting that registration. So the state's dropped the charge against you and you're free to go.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Did you bring any barbecue with you?
I never got it started. I've been going through a lot of situations.
All right, well, good luck, sir.
Maybe next time.
Okay, all right, Ms. Bonilla, we're gonna switch over to Zoom really quickly.
Judge, just so that I can better hear the defendants, can I switch a little bit?
Yes. All right, first person I'm going to call on is Matthew Cohen.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning, thank you for your patience.
No problem.
All right, this is case number 21 CT47. Ms. Bonilla, I'll go ahead and announce the charges for these so that they can hear me. All right, sir, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. Were you able to get your driver's license reinstated?
My license it's from last year in 2019. I was in an accident and I haven't gotten this lady to sign off on the paperwork so I can get my license reinstated. They keep pushing back the court dates. We've been dealing with this for over a year now. And we just had a court date 2 days ago for it. And then they rescheduled it again for March 9th. So I wouldn't be able to tell you the status on how that's going.
Okay. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney? And if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes.
Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney, or do you need one appointed?
I don't need an attorney. It's okay.
Okay. All right. So, sounds like you need some time in order to try to get your license.
Yeah, I was also wondering if I could maybe take the plea no contest and do the driver's school online.
Ms. Bonilla, is there an offer to resolve Mr. Cohen's case?
Yes, Judge. The state's offer at this time is a withholding of adjudication, court costs, and cost of prosecution. So, Judge, the offer will get better if he fixes his license.
What do you mean by better?
The state is willing to know the process.
All right, so Mr. Cohen, the state's willing to drop the charge if you get your license reinstated. Otherwise, the offer is a withhold of adjudication, court costs, and cost of prosecution.
Okay, well, I wouldn't be able to know if I can get my license or not until after the next court date in March.
Okay. Who's this case assigned to? Judge Provost?
Yes, Judge.
It's in Miami.
March 15th will be his next court date.
All right. So if you enter a plea of not guilty, your next court date would be March 15th.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yes, I enter a plea of not guilty.
All right. March 15th at 9 o'clock, you'll receive a notice in the mail for that, and that'll be via Zoom, okay?
Okay, thank you so much, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cohen. Good luck.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. All right, next I'm going to call on Antonio Ryan McFarland.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, this is case number 21 CT36. So you've been charged with an attached tag or sticker not assigned, that's a second-degree misdemeanor, as well as failing to register a motor vehicle, that's also a second-degree misdemeanor. You understand you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you get the tag and registration fixed?
I wasn't able to get the registration fixed. I wasn't able to get into contact with Miss Angela yet.
Okay. Ms. Bonilla, if Mr. McFarland gets these issues fixed, what's the state going to do?
Judge, the state has already double crossed count one, which is an attached tag.
Oh.
And then for count two,
When was that done? Because I don't see that in the court file.
it says it was done January 25th.
Let me see. Oh, I do see a notice that was filed.
It was filed, but we have not received the hard copy.
Okay. All right, so sir, the state has already dropped count one, which was the attached tag. So we're just looking at a no registration charge. So Ms. Bonilla, if Mr. McFarland gets the registration fixed, what's the state gonna do?
State's gonna go cross that.
So I don't know if you heard that, but the state's gonna drop that charge if you get the registration fixed. Do you want to get some more time so that you can get that fixed?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Okay. If
February 22nd at 9 a.m.
February 22nd? Do you
Yes.
think you can get that fixed by February 22nd?
Sir, I believe I can get that situated. I'd have to speak to Miss Angela, and that'd be the epitome of what I do for that.
Okay.
Promise.
All right. So we'll enter a plea of not guilty. Next court date will be February 22nd at 9 o'clock. You should be able to appear via Zoom on that, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let me go to person whose screen name is Brenda's iPad.
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, Frida Daquino Perez.
All right, this
Hello?
is case number 20MM1112. Diaquino? All right, ma'am, you're here on a charge of possession of marijuana under 20 grams. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. Do you understand you have the right to an attorney? If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you complete your community service hours for diversion?
Yes, sir.
Have you sent that to Mr. Cruz or the county probation department?
Yes, I actually did my community service twice. The first time I did it wrong. I couldn't do it in the place that they told me to do it in because they're a show, so they actually go and travel places. So I had to redo my hours. I actually, since I didn't have enough time, I actually went to volunteer in this one church, but they didn't accept it. So I had to redo my 16 community hours in this Eagles place, and I gave it to Cruz, to my Uncle Cruz, yeah.
Ms. Bonilla?
Yes, Judge, I'll have to look into it because we do not have a copy of the community service hours. Once I get more information, I can inform the ASA on it.
Okay. All right, Ms. Diaquino, the state does not have the information yet regarding your community service hours. So they're gonna have to look into that. You wanna enter a plea of not guilty so that the state can look into that and then hopefully your case will be dropped?
Yes, sir. When would I be able to know when the state will drop my charges?
If you find out that the community service hours have been performed, or is the state going to drop the case?
Yes, potentially.
By filing a notice of no process?
Yes.
So you'll find out in the mail, basically.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right. So your next court date will be February 18th at 9 a.m. You'll be able to appear via Zoom for that also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Right, let me go to Adolfo Jose Sosa. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, case number 21CT26. So you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Do you need an interpreter?
Please.
All right. All right, sir, you've been charged with driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor.
Se le acusa de conducir con una licencia suspendida o revocada, que es un delito menor del segundo grado.
Do you understand you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Usted entiende que tiene el derecho de tener un abogado y si no cuenta con los medios, le asignaría uno para que lo represente.
No.
No.
No, you don't understand, or no, you don't want an attorney?
¿Usted no entiende o no quiere tener un abogado?
No, no quiero tener un abogado.
No, I don't want to have an attorney.
All right. Do you want to hear the offer from the state?
¿Usted desea escuchar cuál es la oferta de la fiscalía?
Sí, igual de hecho yo ya resolví y ya tengo licencia ahora.
Oh, yes, in fact, I already resolved it. I already have a license.
Oh, you obtained a driver's license?
¿Obtuvo una licencia para conducir?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead. We're gonna have, the state's gonna check that.
Espera un momento, la fiscalía va a chequear.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
It's under Adolfo, ADOLFO. 21CT26.
Señor juez, la fiscalía está anunciando que no va a procesar el caso.
All right, Mr. Adolfo, thank you for getting your driver's license. Because you got your driver's license, the state has dropped the charges against you.
Señor Adolfo, gracias por conseguir la licencia de conducir. Debido a eso, la fiscalía ha desestimado el cargo en contra suya.
Ok, muchas gracias. ¿Van a mandar un papel aquí que ya cerraron el caso?
Will they send a paper over here that the case has been closed?
No, if you need any paperwork on that, you'll have to contact the clerk's office.
No, si necesita algún documento referente a eso, tendrá que ponerse en contacto con la oficina del escribano, Clerk of Court.
Ok, muchas gracias, pero hoy se cierra el caso ya, ¿verdad?
Okay, thanks a lot, but the case is closed today, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Sí, es correcto, señor.
Ok, bueno, muchas gracias.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Gracias, tenga un buen día.
Gracias, igualmente.
Likewise, thank you.
All right, let me go to Mr. Chilemi.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have a case on today's docket?
I just wanted to make sure Your Honor received my plea. I originally filed a continuance until an information was going to be filed. That was filed yesterday late afternoon, so I filed my plea corresponding with that.
Okay, let me take a look. And this is Dennis Paul Jerstad, case number 21MM30.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I do see the I don't see it. So you're entering a plea of not guilty.
Plea of not guilty, Your Honor, yes.
All right, when will his next court date?
What is the defendant's last name?
Jarstad, with a J,
Premise.
Jar.
Judge, the state did file an information, it just hasn't showed up in the court system yet.
Actually, it is in yes.
Case number?
21MM30.
Okay, the next court date is March 3rd at 9 a.m.
All right, March 3rd at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chilimi, I'm sorry. All right, have a good day.
You too.
All right, thanks. Let me go to Mr. Culhane.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I'm here for 20MM12. Should be Corey Goebel.
All right.
We had previously filed our notice. I just wanted to make sure that the court had it. I spoke with the state earlier this week because there's the victim wrote a letter about wanting to drop the charges, and they're trying to make a determination whether or not they're going to do that. So that's we're kind of in a hold position right at the moment.
All right. I don't see that an information has been filed. Ms. Bonilla, what's the request of the state?
Judge, the state would like to request that we continue this for 2 weeks to continue the meeting, please.
Mr. Culhane, they're requesting a 2-week continuance.
Okay, that's fine. I'll wait on her to touch base back with me.
All right. Madam Clerk, when will that be?
Probably February 11th.
All right, February 11th at 8:30.
All right, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, Mr. Culhane. You too. All right, let me go to Anthony Dunlap Austin.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Good. This is case number 20 CT 2468. All right, sir, you've been charged with driving while license suspended or revoked, second or more. It's a first-degree misdemeanor. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Are you able to get your license reinstated?
I have to pay off a bunch of fines first, and then once that's completed, then yes.
Okay. Are you requesting to enter a plea of not guilty so that you can attempt to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Madam Clerk, when will his next court
It
date
will
be?
be February 25th at 9 a.m.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, she said February 25th. If I give you more time than that, do you think you'd be able to get your license reinstated?
More time would be greatly appreciated.
When would the next one be?
April 1st.
How about April 1st?
That would be perfect.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right, so your next court date will be April 1st at 9 a.m. So try to have your license reinstated by then, okay?
April 1st at 9 a.m.?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
All right, let me go to Jada Campbell.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is case number 20 CT 2592. Ma'am, you're charged with driving without a valid driver's license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Ms. Campbell, are you able to obtain a driver's license?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. So are you requesting to enter a plea of not guilty so that you can obtain a license?
Yes.
All right. Madam Clerk, when would her next court date be?
March 1st at 9 a.m.
March 1st at 9 a.m. Do you think you can have your license by then?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. March 1st at 9 a.m. Try to have your license by then, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Let me call on Joshua King.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, this is case number 20CT2622. Mr. King, you've been charged with driving without a valid driver's license. It's a second-degree misdemeanor. You understand that you have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you able to obtain a license?
How do I go about getting one of them? I've never had a license ever, like ever in the state of Florida or in any state.
Well, you'd have to contact the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles, and they would tell you.
All right.
Okay, they'll tell you how to get a license.
All right.
All right, you want to enter a plea of not guilty so you can try to get a license?
Yes, sir.
When will his next court date?
March 15th at 9 a.m.
March 15th at 9 a.m. will be your next court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. King, did you know you currently have a warrant for your arrest out of Tennessee?
Out of Tennessee?
Yes.
For what?
I don't know.
How do I go about handling that?
Contact Tennessee.
Contact Tennessee?
Yeah.
So Florida ain't gonna do nothing about that?
No, we're not going to arrest you for it because they won't extradite you. Let me see what it says.
So, all right. So would Tennessee tell me what my warrant's about, even if I'm in Florida?
Yes, hang on. I'm looking to see what it says. It's out of Washington County, Tennessee.
Out of Washington County, Tennessee, I have a warrant.
Yes, it says it's for leaving the scene of an accident.
Leaving the scene of an accident. All right, so I'll try to get that handled.
Okay. It says they'll only extradite you from counties adjacent to Washington County.
So what does that mean?
It means if they find you in a county next to Washington County, they'll take you there.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
What are we supposed to do?
I've already got it handled.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Okay. Let me go to George Albert. Tell me how to pronounce your last name.
George Albert Mihans.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
George Albert Mihans.
Mihans. Okay, thank you. All right, 20CT930. All right, sir, you're here on a charge of driving while license suspended or revoked. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 60 days in the county jail. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Ms. Bonilla, will you check that?
Yes.
I gotta show you here.
No, the state attorney's checking online. I don't want you to hold it up to the camera because we're live on YouTube.
Here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you for getting your driver's license reinstated. The state has announced a no pros. That means they have dropped the charges against you and you're free to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, let me go to the person whose screen name is iPhone.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Iran.
What's the last name?
Hernandez.
Thank you. Hernandez?
Yeah.
Hernandez on the docket, do you? Oh, okay. Mr. Hernandez, the state has dropped the charges against you, and you are free to go.
What do you mean?
That means there are no more charges pending against you.
But I was going like 80 in a 50. That's what they say.
You have the case number. Well, I don't know why the state dropped the charges against you, but they did. I don't know if you have a pending traffic case. Let me look. Okay.
So I have like another one, like where I live, like the scene, because the person, like who I crashed into, she lived first, and I didn't know what to do. And then I left.
Okay, hang on. You still have a pending case, and you've got you have attorney Chris Brown on that case. Okay, that's for leaving scene of a crash. You also have a traffic citation that's pending, but as far as the charge for that you're here for today, which is participating in an unlawful race, the state has dropped that one.
So, like, I'll be good
for this one.
So I don't have to deal with that one?
Correct.
Oh my God. Thanks, God. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Mr.
Have
Hernandez.
a great day.
All right. Thanks, you too. All right. Let me go to Carr with the Adidas shirt.
Eres tú. Buenos días. Buenos días.
Buenos días. All right. Can you tell me your name?
¿Me das tu nombre, por favor?
Gerson Daniel Lobo.
¿Perdón?
Gerson Daniel Lobo.
Bueno, ¿me
deletrea el apellido, por favor?
Gerson Daniel Lobo.
Daniel Lobo. Gerson Daniel Lobo. He's a minor. Oh.
I see.
He's 17.
Okay. This is case number 20 CT 2604.
Es el caso 2070-604.
How old are you, sir?
¿Qué edad tiene, señor?
17 años.
17 years.
All right. Do you have a parent or guardian with you?
¿Usted tiene un tutor o su padre o madre con usted?
Tiene que tu papá lo sacaron del país. A mi papá lo sacaron del país.
They removed my dad from the country.
Okay. Do you have someone there with you? Who do you have with you?
¿Usted tiene ahí con usted? ¿Quién es esa persona?
Mi tío.
My uncle.
Okay. All right, sir, you've been charged with driving without a valid driver's license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor.
Señor, se le acusa de conducir sin una licencia válida, que es un delito menor de segundo grado.
You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you.
Usted tiene derecho de tener un abogado. Si no cuenta con los medios, se le asignaría uno para que lo represente.
Are you able to obtain a driver's license?
Usted puede conseguir una licencia para conducir.
Yo puedo conseguir una licencia para...
Can you repeat that?
¿Me lo puede repetir?
¿Perdón?
¿Puede repetir lo que dijo? ¿Usted puede conseguir una licencia para conducir?
No.
No.
Okay. I see that the state has offered you diversion.
Veo aquí que la Fiscalía le ha ofrecido el programa alternativo Diversion.
Diversion is a program in which, if you complete it, the state will drop the charges against you.
Este programa Diversion es un programa que si usted lo completa, la Fiscalía desestima el cargo.
Are you interested in that program?
¿Usted está interesado en participar en el programa?
Pregunta Edson, habla de qué es el programa. ¿De qué es el programa?
What is the program?
Do you know what he would have to do in the diversion program, Ms. Bonilla?
Judge, doesn't it being offered diversion, and I think it's community service hours, I'm not sure.
All right, we think you'd have to complete community service hours.
Pensamos que va a tener que completar ciertas horas de servicio en la comunidad.
Okay.
¿Me dijo dónde?
Sí.
Where?
Well, they have a list of places for you to choose from.
Le dan una lista de lugares que usted puede escoger.
¿Cuántas horas comunitarias tengo que hacer? ¿Me puede repetir lo que me dijo?
Le van a dar una lista de lugares donde puede realizar esas horas.
¿Cuántas horas son?
¿Perdón?
¿Cuántas horas son?
How many hours?
I don't have the details. Are you interested in the program? Because you probably should continue your case, and you can check in with county probation to find out what the diversion program would entail.
Señor, yo no tengo los pormenores de esto, pero si usted está interesado en el programa, podemos suspender su caso para otra fecha y usted puede contactarse con la oficina probatoria para ver y el programa para ver qué es lo que tiene que hacer.
Sí, estoy autorizado al programa.
¿Perdón?
Sí, está bien.
¿Está interesado?
Sí.
Yes, I'm interested.
Okay, we're going to enter plea and not guilty. When was the next court? All right, so your next court date is going to be March 15th at 9 a.m.
Señor, su siguiente fecha en el tribunal es el 15 de marzo a las 9 de la mañana.
You need to contact the county probation office. It's located here in the courthouse, and let them know that you're interested in the diversion program.
Usted deberá contactarse con la oficina de la probatoria del condado que se encuentra aquí en el edificio del tribunal para ver qué es lo que desea hacer.
If you're signed up for the diversion program before your next court date, you will not have to appear at that court date.
Si usted se inscribe en este programa antes de la siguiente fecha en el tribunal, entonces usted no deberá comparecer aquí para esa fecha.
Okay, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Okay, gracias y buenas suerte.
All right, let's go back to the courtroom. For those of you on Zoom, will you just hang on with us? I've got a few people in the courtroom I got to take care of. Probably. That's fine. All right, this is Mr. Pasache. Case number 20 CT 2385. Sir, were you in the courtroom and previously sworn? All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath. The offer again to resolve your case today is a withhold of adjudication, a $150 fine. All court costs, including costs of prosecution, would be imposed. I'd give you 90 days to pay those costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of those 90 days. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? All right, do you have any questions about the offer? Are you pleading guilty or no contest? All right. All right, I have two forms here with me. One is a waiver of counsel form. Is that your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you and that you're waiving your right to an attorney today? Sure. By signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you and that you're waiving your right to an attorney today? Right, but I have questions that I have to ask you to make sure that you're entering your plea freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. Okay, so the waiver of counsel form, by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you and that you're waiving your right to an attorney today, correct? Okay. I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you? All right. Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form? And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today? All right. Do you understand that your plea may be used in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen, if a deportation proceeding is ever brought against you? You didn't understand that? Okay, well, any plea that you enter in a criminal case can be used against you in a deportation proceeding if the federal government were to bring one against you. Does that change your mind? Okay.
Is there any way I can fix this without a deportation? Because I'm just waiting to resolve this to go back to my country.
So it sounds like, and you told me that you come here on a work visa every year?
Yes.
So it sounds like you may want to seek the advice of an attorney before entering this plea. That way you know how it affects your immigration status or your work permit status. Do you agree?
I'd rather do that.
Okay. All right. We're going to enter a plea of not guilty. When will his next court date be?
July 22nd at 9 a.m.
When would the next court date be? Well, let's do one further out.
Let me pull that out. It will be March 29th.
Any objection to March 29th?
No.
All right. So we're going to give you a court date of March 29th. Try to speak to an attorney before then. If you can't afford to hire an attorney, you can apply for the public defender's services by going across the hall before you leave the courthouse today where it says customer service and tell them that you need to apply for the public defender, okay? Or you may want to seek the advice of an immigration attorney.
May I do that today? Because I really need to go back to the country. I couldn't make it to my to the last court date I had before for January 12th.
When are you scheduled to go back?
Here?
When are you scheduled to go back to your country?
Well, as soon as I get this fixed, because I already ran out of money, and from the last time I got here to the States for the program, I got laid down from my job because of COVID-19. They closed the airport in my country. I was trapped here for like over 4 months. So I overstayed my visa last year for over 4 months. And I'm in a really bad situation right now. I would like to get it fixed today if it's possible.
Okay. So you want to go forward with your plea then?
I didn't quite understand. You said deportation. Why will I be involved in the deportation process?
I'm not saying that you'll be deported. I'm just saying that this charge would be used against you if a deportation proceeding was ever brought against you.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I'll take it off of there.
Okay, all right. So,
Sorry.
that's okay.
I'm working on my English.
I understand. Do you need an interpreter?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right, so knowing that your plea would be used against you in a deportation proceeding, if one was ever brought against you, do you still wish to enter your plea?
Yes.
Okay. Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
All right, give me one moment. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. Any additional questions, Ms. Bonilla, from you? All right, sir, I'm going to accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. I'm going to withhold adjudication, impose a $150 fine plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution, and I'll give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. All right, we're going to have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. Okay. This is Julian Daniel Wilson Eckerd, case number 21CT121. Mr. Eckerd, were you previously sworn?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath. Will you state your name for the record?
Julian Daniel Wilson Eckerd.
Thank you. And your date of birth?
06/27/1997.
All right, and the offer to resolve your case today, sorry, was an adjudication of guilt, a $150 fine plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I'd give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you needed more time than that, you'd have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. Do you have any questions about the offer?
Not about the offer, just how do I pay?
You pay the clerk's office. You can pay it online or in person. Any other questions? Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
No.
I have a waiver of counsel form. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And by signing it, you've also indicated that you're waiving your right to an attorney today? I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you? Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
You understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional questions from you, Ms. Bonilla? All right, give me one moment. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Adjudicate you guilty, impose a $150 fine plus court costs and costs of prosecution, and give you 90 days to pay. And have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, this is Damian Levi Font, case number 21CT29. Sir, were you in the courtroom previously sworn? Were you previously sworn in? Yes. All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath. Will you state your name for the record? And Mr. Font, you're here on charge of reckless driving. And the offer to resolve your case was a withhold of adjudication. You'd be placed on probation for a period of 6 months. Probation shall automatically terminate upon the successful completion of all conditions. Those conditions include completing a 12-hour driver improvement school, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? Do you have any questions about it? Are you pleading guilty or no contest? I have a waiver of counsel form in front of me. Is that your signature on this form? By signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you. It also indicates that you're waiving your right to counsel today. Is that correct? I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form? By signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you. Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form? And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today? Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen? Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication? No. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness? No. Any additional questions from you, Ms. Bonilla?
No. There's a mandatory minimum $25 fine on this charge.
That's what I thought. You understand that there's a statutory required fine of $25. So that's going to be added. Does that change your plea at all? All right, let's add the $25. All right, give me one moment here. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that there's the venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Withhold adjudication, place you on probation for a period of 6 months. Probation shall automatically terminate upon the successful completion of all conditions, which include a 12-hour driver improvement school, a fine of $25 plus all court costs and costs of prosecution. We're gonna have you step over here to be fingerprinted. Before you leave the courthouse today, you need to go across the hall here, well, diagonally, past the vending machines where it says county probation and check in with them before you leave the courthouse, okay? All right, thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you.
Dime, por favor, gracias, señora declaración. It is Camejo.
Camejo, 19 CT 1485. Nineteen CT 1485. All right, Mr. Camejo, were you previously sworn in?
Yes.
Okay, I'll remind you that you're still under oath. And sir, the offer to resolve your case today as it relates to count 1 was an adjudication of guilt, a $200 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I'd give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. As it relates to count 2, I would adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served, and composite costs. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? Do you have any questions about the offer?
Well, I live in Miami, I don't have to come back here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. Do you,
Where can I pay that?
you can pay it across the hall where it says customer service.
How much do I have to pay?
The total
In
is
total?
$480.
$480.
Okay.
All right. You can also pay online on the clerk's website.
Well, I got out on bond and bondsman told me that if I resolve the case with the money that I paid, I can use that one for the case.
Was it a cash bond?
No, it's a surety bond.
All right. You'll have to talk to your bondsman about that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Do you wish to accept the offer?
Yes. And with that, I'm going to close the case.
Yes.
Sí.
Well,
I promise to you, whenever I resolve the license, if you want to, I can come here to show it to you.
That's okay. You don't have to do that.
Está bien, no tiene que hacer eso.
All right. Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
Está presentando la declaración de culpable o no. I don't understand. Well, yes, I was guilty. I was driving without a license.
Okay. I have a waiver of counsel form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes, I understand.
And you're waiving your right to an attorney today?
Okay.
Is that a yes?
¿Eso sí, señor? Sí. Yes. But I want to know, my case here is going to be closed.
Yes.
Sí, señor.
You need to turn your phone off.
Tiene que apagar su teléfono. .
I have to ask you these questions. I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form? You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you.
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and one is brought against you?
I'm a permanent resident.
I still have to ask the question. So do you understand that?
Would you repeat that question, please?
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and a deportation proceeding is brought against you?
But I'm going to be deported because of this?
No, that's not my question.
No es mi pregunta, señor. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
So you understand?
O sea, ¿usted lo entiende? Sí. Yes.
Okay. Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
¿Usted está bajo los efectos de drogas, alcohol, medicamentos?
Jamás, tengo 54 años.
Never. I'm 54 years old and I don't even smoke.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
Do you understand that driving while license suspended or revoked is an enhanceable offense, meaning you could be facing higher fines, higher penalties, more jail time if convicted of this offense in the future?
Yes, but I didn't know that. I didn't know it was suspended.
Well, if you didn't know your license was suspended, are you sure you want to enter this plea?
Yes, I am going to take a plea.
All right. Do you understand that you're being adjudicated for this offense, which could cause you to lose your driving privilege for up to 5 years if you've had 3 or more driving while license suspended charges within the last 5 years?
Yes.
And knowing that, you still wish to enter your plea?
Yes. But no, it's the first time that this happened.
Okay. I still have to ask the question.
Okay, aún así le tengo que hacer las preguntas.
Ms. Bonilla, any additional questions from you? All right, sir, I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest. Count 1, I'll adjudicate you guilty. Impose a $200 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. As it relates to count 2, I'll adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to time served, impose all composite costs. I'll give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. I'm going to have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, sir. Good luck to you. Thank you. All right, let me take a couple people on Zoom really quickly while she's filling out those forms. Let me go to the person whose screen name is Linda Hart.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right, this is case number 20MM1941. Give me a moment to pull up your case. All right, ma'am, you've been charged with count 1, use of a fraudulently obtained or false receipt. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. You've also been charged with petty theft 2 or more. That's also a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum sentence of 1 year in the county jail. Do you understand that you have the right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford to hire one, I would appoint one to represent you?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you intend on proceeding without an attorney, hiring an attorney?
I'd like to see if I can get one appointed to me, if possible.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender. I have Ms. Armpriester here. She's an attorney with the public defender's office. Ms. Armpriester, what would you like to do?
Judge, if we could have her plea not guilty and set this for the next date, I think we can be, Ms. Hart, assigned to your honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hart, your temporary attorney has entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Your next court date will be February 25th at 9 a.m. Now, what you need to do before that court date is apply for the public defender for permanent appointment.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
I go down or do I make a phone call?
If you you can do it online if you have access to a computer and printer. You can go on the Collier County Clerk's website, download a form, or you can come to the courthouse and go to the customer service window and do it there. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
All right, and Ms. Hart, just so that you know, I've been in, it's Tennessee also. I've been informed that you have a warrant for your arrest out of Tennessee, Blount County, for a violation of probation.
Yes, sir.
They will not extradite.
Correct.
They'll only arrest you if you're in Tennessee.
That is correct.
Okay.
That stemmed from my dissolution of marriage.
Okay. Well,
My husband, who was assigned to be. Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hart. Good luck to you.
You too, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Let me go to person whose screen name is LG Aristo 3.
Get me out of here.
All right, sir, can you hear me? LG Aristo 3, person in the glasses standing next to a closet. Sir, can you hear me?
Me?
That's you.
Yes. My name is Brett Sauce.
What's the last name?
Sauce, S-A-U-C-E.
Do you have a case number?
It's 588456.
All right, Mr. Sauce, it looks like the state dropped the charges against you.
You did? Because I completed my... Awesome. So that's it?
That's it, unless you have something else.
No.
Okay.
I did all my advocate program, and I did my community service in Louisiana where I was. So now since I did the advocate program, my license is good to go.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for getting that completed. Your case is done.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
too.
Let me go to Mar Pendleton. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. All right, let me pull up your case. This is case number 21CT27. All right, sir. You've been charged with driving while license suspended or revoked, third or subsequent offense. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, I would appoint one to represent you. Did you get your driver's license reinstated?
No, sir. We're working on it right now.
Okay. So you need some time to get that done?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll enter a plea of not guilty. When would his next court date be? All right, so your next court date is March 31st at what time? 1:30.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so try to get your license reinstated by then, or at least, keep working on it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Okay, let me go to John Lacey.
Hello, sir.
Good morning. This is case number 20MM1931. Yes. Okay. Mr. Lacey, you're charged with petty theft, second offense. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. I have Ms. Armpriester here from the Public Defender's Office. She says that you've previously been represented by their office before. Do you need me to appoint their office to represent you in this case?
Yes.
All right, I'll make a temporary appointment of the public defender.
It's a different application process than
Okay. All right, when would his next court date be? All right, Mr. Lacey, your next court date is going to be February 25th at 9 a.m. You'll still need to apply for the Public Defender's Office. You can do that online on the Collier County Clerk's website. You can get that form, or you can come to the courthouse to the first floor and where it says customer service. And then it sounds like Ms. Armpriester will be your assigned attorney, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lacey.
All right, have a good day.
You too. All right, let me go to Attorney Stephen Schott.
Thank you, Judge. Stephen Shade on behalf of Mike Nugent. Judge, it is an arraignment. We entered we filed our paperwork for a demand for discovery and our notice of appearance. I wasn't quite sure we needed to appear, so here I am.
All right, what was the last name of the defendant?
Should be Nugent, N-U-G-E-N-T.
All right, thank you. Let me find it. I don't see that one on here. Nugent?
It's an arraignment, Judge, so maybe it was taken off or no?
Hang on one second. Let me see what the clerk says.
Let me get the case. It's case number 21-14.
Okay, I see. Okay, sir, it's been set for pretrial conference on February 17th at 9 a.m.
Excellent. Appreciate it, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Take care. You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. All right, let me call on Schwartz and Associates for Nakia Johnson.
Good morning, Judge. Give me 1 second, sir. I am going to get Mr. Schwartz. He's in another Zoom hearing, please.
No, I'm coming.
Oh, come on.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Schwartz. Are you
Good. Yeah, I had 2 cases. Hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of cutting out. If you want to turn your video off, it might help.
Any better?
No, you keep cutting out.
Change devices. I'm going to change devices.
Okay. All right, let's bring Ms. Trejo up. Ma'am, were you previously sworn?
Yes.
All right, I'll remind you that you're still under oath. You're here on a charge of driving without a valid driver's license. And the offer to resolve your case was a withhold of adjudication, a $150 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. Is that the offer you wish to accept today? Do you have any questions about the offer?
No.
Are you pleading guilty or no contest?
What's the difference?
No contest means you're not admitting guilt, but you're entering the plea because you believe it's in your best interest.
Okay, that should be better.
Okay, hang on one second, Mr. Schwartz.
Okay.
So you're pleading no contest?
Well, I'm good. I'm guilty.
You're being offered a withhold of adjudication. So in order for me to sentence you to a withhold of adjudication, you'd have to enter a plea of no contest.
And with that, I accept the offer.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
All right. This is a waiver of counsel form. Is this your signature on this form? And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've also indicated that you're waiving your right to an attorney?
Yes.
And I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on this form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and one is brought against you?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication? Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
Any additional questions, Ms. Bonilla? Ms. Bonilla? All right. All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered upon a factual basis and in your best interest, withhold adjudication, impose a $150 fine plus all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I'll give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you need more time than that, you'll have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of 90 days. I'm gonna have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. All right, let me go back to Mr. Schwartz.
Thank you, Judge. I have two tickets of two individuals that got arrested evidently at the same time.
Okay.
slightly different charges. One of them is named Figueron Chavez, so Figueron Chavez, Juan Hermelindo Figueron Chavez.
All right, case number 21CT82.
And they had sent me over, I'd seen on the docket that it was on something called a routing for deferred prosecution program form.
Yes, I do see that diversion is being offered to him.
My preference would be just to take a plea to time served and court costs if the state would offer that.
State, is there an alternative offer to diversion in that case?
Yes, Judge.
What does that offer?
The state's offer at this time is a withholding of adjudication, $100 fine, and court costs and costs.
All right, Mr. Schwartz, I don't know if you heard that, but the state's alternative offer is a withhold of adjudication, a $100 fine, court costs, and costs of prosecution.
Sure, that's fine, Judge. I can either do that with the defendant or get an authorization, which I don't believe I have yet.
Okay. So are you, at this time, are you entering a plea of not guilty?
Affirmative, correct.
All right, Madam Clerk, when would the next court date be on that? 21CT82.
Okay, the next court date will be February 22nd. The attorney has not filed.
Yeah.
So let me.
Mr. Schwartz, you're going to file a notice of appearance, correct?
It's in the pipeline already. It's filed, but it's not showing. Yeah.
Filed, it's not in showcase yet.
February 22nd.
February 22nd at 9 o'clock will be the next court date on that one.
And the other one is CT90, which is Helder Chavez Velasquez, and that's allowing the other person to drive.
Okay. 21CT90. Ms. Bonilla, do you have an offer in that case?
At this time, Judge, the state does not have an offer.
All right, Mr. Schwartz, the state doesn't have an offer in that one today.
Okay, can we set them both for change of plea docket, Judge? I'm assuming it's probably going to wind up being the same, I would hope.
When would the court date be on that?
Is this for Chavez?
Yes.
Okay, it will be March 22nd.
March what?
March 22nd.
Court date in that one is March 22nd. They're both assigned to different judges. Are they co-defendants?
They got the tickets on the same moment, Judge. As I said, one of them was in one seat, one was the other seat. One of them got charged with NVDL and the other one allowing him to drive.
What was the, which one's the lower case number?
The other one was.
Same officer, same time. Tickets are consecutive.
Judge, the lower case number is 21CT82.
Is that one assigned to Judge Crown?
That one is assigned to Judge Nicola, Your Honor. Sorry, yes, it's assigned to Judge Crown.
Does the state want me to reassign 21CT to 90 to Judge Crown since they're co-defendants?
Yes, please, Judge.
All right, I'll order that case number 21CT90 be reassigned to Judge Crown.
Give me 1 second, I'll get that in.
Okay.
Go back to 222 for that one.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
And this is going to be.
Can we logistically enter a plea on that date as well, or we can't?
You'll be able to do a plea in absentia.
Okay.
I don't think, because that's a pretrial date, we're not allowing defendants in the courtroom.
Okay, so this is going to go to Judge Crown, non-jury pretrial, private, February 22nd at 10 a.m.
Oh, what time was the other one? 10 a.m. also?
The other one, Chavez, the same day, 222 at 10.
All right, February 22nd at 10 a.m. on both cases.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. Appreciate you taking my case.
All right, no problem. Thank you, Mr. Schwartz.
Bye.
Have a good day. Okay, back to the courtroom. And Madam Clerk, ma'am, were you in the courtroom and previously sworn?
Yes.
All right, I'll remind you that you're under oath.
Yes.
Will you tell me your first name?
Inés Escamilla Nicolás. Inés Escamilla Nicolás.
Okay, thank you.
So Inés Escamilla Nicolás.
Yes.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay, I see it in here. All right, case number 21CT40. All right, ma'am, you're here on the charge of no valid driver's license. The offer to resolve your case was a withhold of adjudication, a $100 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution. I would give you 90 days to pay those fines and costs. If you needed more time than that, you'd have to work out a payment arrangement with the clerk prior to the end of the 90 days. Is that the offer you wish to accept today?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about the offer? Are you pleading no contest?
Yes.
I have a waiver of counsel form here. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've also indicated that you're waiving your right to an attorney.
Yes.
I have a plea form in front of me. Is this your signature on this form?
Yes.
And by signing it, you've indicated that you've read it or it's been explained to you?
Yes.
Did you understand all of the rights listed on that form?
Yes.
And you understand that you're waiving those rights by entering your plea today?
Yes.
Do you understand that your plea will be used against you in a deportation proceeding if you're not a United States citizen and the deportation proceeding is brought against you?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Yes.
You're under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, no.
Are you sure?
¿Estás segura? Well, I don't consume any of that.
Okay. Have you ever been diagnosed with a mental illness?
No.
Any additional questions from you, Ms. Bonilla?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I've reviewed the court file. I find that venue is proper in Collier County and there's a factual basis for your plea, I'll accept your plea, find it knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently entered on a factual basis and in your best interest, withhold adjudication, impose a $100 fine, all court costs, including costs of prosecution, and give you 90 days to pay. We're gonna have you step right over here to be fingerprinted. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck to you. Not that I'm aware of. I don't have anyone else on Zoom. I guess. Good morning. Will you tell me your name?
Romero.
What's the last name again?
Romero.
Thank you. Romero? Do you have two last names?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Ariel.
How do you spell that?
A-R-I-E-R.
I don't, do you have any paperwork with you?
No, but I have a case number on my phone.
What's your case number?
My case number is 11-2020 CR 031742 0001 XX.
31472?
No, 031742.
Why are you here in court?
Possession of marijuana and paraphernalia.
MM2118. Looks like the state filed a notice of no information, so they are not pursuing charges against you in that case. That case has been dropped. Well, you still have a traffic offense for 20 TR 31742 for a violation of a learner's driver's license.
Oh.
Okay, so if you, I don't know what you're doing in that case, but you might want to go talk to the customer service window about that case, okay?
Okay. So even if I got my real license.
Can you pull your mask up, please?
I'm sorry. Even if I got my real license, it wouldn't matter, or?
Did you get a license?
I have my license with me.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you called the public defender's office? Have you called did I speak to you? Did you call the public defender's office 2 days ago?
I believe so.
Okay. I'm trying to find your case because we didn't get appointed on this.
20 MM2118, Ms. Armpriester, they filed a notice of no information.
Okay, that could be, that's
What do I see? Oh, that's E. Okay. All right. I'm gonna would you like to move to dismiss your citation? All right, I'm going to do an order on her TR case to dismiss her citation, or dismiss his citation. Because you got your driver's license, okay? So I'll do an order on that later today. Do you have an email address? What's your email address? I'm sorry, hang on. Go ahead. Okay, wait. Start over. Yeah. GWWAPMAMII@gmail.com. All right, I'll make sure that we email you a copy of the order of dismissal, okay? You might check your junk mail though, because it goes to junk a lot of times. Okay? All right, thank you, you're free to go.